Hey, what's up, everybody? Got another oddball video for you guys. As I'm going to be showing you some of my old school pipes made by Jim Rumph, all water pipes. And these are some that I picked up at a shop in Bullhead City. I can't remember the name of it, but I think now it's called the Kind Connection. It's changed hands possibly a few times throughout the years. I'm thinking it's still Kind Connection. But if it's the same place, it used to be a record store. And then they just had a small section with stuff like this, like the old school head shops in like LA and whatnot. So I used to go there and get all my t-shirts and music and whatnot, as they had all kinds of cool heavy metal type shit. Anyways, before they made the changeover, they were getting rid of all this kind of stuff and selling it for cheap. So I bought a nice little collection of them, as I used to have about three more smaller pieces by Rumph, and those they either got lost or broken, as they have not turned up. And I've lived here in Kingman for a good 16 years, and it goes back to when I was living in Topak, which is just out of Bullhead. So, anyways, at least these ones still have, and holy shit, are they getting valuable. I got them down because I am waiting for my hippie happiness card to come in the mail someday. I'm to that point now, and it's been taking weeks, so hopefully soon enough. I was thinking I'd give one of these a try once I can get legalized. But now that I've looked them up, no fucking way. Cleaned them up, they're going back on the shelf after I do this video. No way am I smoking out of them, man. They're getting too damn valuable. And now on that, if you guys want to find stuff like this, being that they're ceramic and they're made the same way that somebody would make a plaster cast and pour the clay for like a ceramic mug or stein or whatever, these have been reproduced. Not all of them, but a few of them you can find online to where it's just reproductions, or even better, somebody got one of Jim's old plaster molds and just did some repourings. There's one site link that I'm going to give you guys. They only have a handful of them, but man, they are spot on. And I think they said they started in like 96 or 97, to where maybe they had a smoke shop and then just went online. But far back enough to where they could have had some of his old molds and just remade some. I wouldn't think it'd be old merchandise because they're cheap. Getting these online like eBay or whatever, damn. Just damn. Anything made by this guy, just damn. It's really getting sought after now. So, right off the bat, obviously, and I don't plan on doing any videos like that. This is not a smoking video, YouTube, or anybody watching. I'm just showing these to you guys to say, hey, they are worth hunting around for. And no, I am not selling them. So don't even bother to leave me a comment. I am not selling them. I plan on hunting around and seeing if I can find more, as I'm in Arizona and here in Kingman and Bullhead and Havasu and just surrounding areas. There are smoke shops all over the place. I'm surrounded by rednecks and hippies. So they should turn up here or there if I'm hitting up yard sales or swap meet or whatever. As I've spotted ones to where they're selling it like, oh, this is vintage thing from the 70s, but it's broken, so I passed up a lot of them. As it probably will be hard to find these in one piece that haven't been used. So if you're hunting around for ones just to smoke out of and don't want to break something that's old-ish, they're not that fucking old yet, at least to me. Even though I'm starting to grow in this shit, they're not that fucking old yet. But just kind of the same feeling I have. I'd hate to break one of them if I was smoking out of it. So on with the show. I'm just going to give the value and date and everything on the one that is signed the date of the other two. If you guys want to look it up, whatever. Because I don't want to make an insanely long vid here. As I only have one that is signed the dated by Jim Rumph. The other two are unmarked, but they're I'm pretty sure they're Rumph pieces, as got them all at the same time, and that's pretty much all this guy had in his store. He had a few other things, but he obviously liked this particular artist. And also, this is my favorite one, is I do like to collect old school beer steins, like German ones and shit, whatever I can find. Just like the artwork of them. And this to me looks like a friggin' beer stein, just without a lid. And he does have a smaller one that he made of this back in the day. That one's worth money too, but unfortunately, unless you know exactly what you're looking for, is, and check out this site I'm going to give you guys so you know what you're looking for, as it's been copied a lot. This one, I don't know if there's copies floating around yet, as I've been hunting all over, just trying to find some remade ones to where if I wanted to buy a remade one, then cool. So far I've been finding them for under $30. It's just fucking shipping's high on the goddamn internet. One of them on like $15 shipping, which is just fucking insane. But if you really want it, cool enough. So this one is just called the Steppin' Out Bong. Show you the bottom of it here, where it's been signed and dated. Just J. Rumph. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. It's in Jim Rumph or James Rumph. Then 88. Just very cool piece. When I bought these, I never intended to smoke at them, man. I just thought, fucking hey, these are cool, man. And I wanted them because I've always been interested in sculpture and ceramics and whatnot. That was some of the classes I took here in Kingman. And I love to hand build, and this guy's artwork is just, it's my kind of style. As he did a lot of deadhead, heavy metal looking stuff like this. And then he did a lot of fantasy type stuff like wizards and dragons and little trolls and whatnot. So on this one, the site that I found, that I will give you guys the link, but I will spell out the web address for anybody that's not directly watching this on YouTube. It's therumph.com, TheRumph.com, and the whole site is dedicated to him. Talk about him, and he seems to have been one of those reclusive type guys, so not much information out there about him. So the person that runs this site, they tried to get as much as they could find. They got even some audio clips of him, like phone conversations, pictures of him and whatnot for anybody interested. And what's cool is the way they do this site. If you're looking for a particular piece, to where it's just piece by piece, kind of like the ones I use for looking at my retro video games. So, like this one here, they're doing a 6-star thing on the rarity ranking, and this one they're giving 4 stars. Now on the value, and I don't know if this has been updated since 2016, but close enough. Is some of them he gives a little eBay price history chart, which this starts at starts. Pain pills kicking in. Anyways, starts at 2006 and ends at 2015. And in 2006, it was just about worth $50. And now it's worth from $100 to $175 for one in excellent condition, which this, pretty damn close. The only flaw in this, and I'm thinking because I took ceramics and did a lot of hand building, sometimes you wouldn't have glaze that matches the colors you want to use. There's the stem to the rose here, and I don't know if it's going to show up or not. Try to get it close. Yeah, that light area there, and then there's another spot. But it's like they use some of the stuff that you paint on after the fact, towards made to look like glaze. So it could be they just didn't have green. It may only be on this one. Maybe they didn't have it at the time when they did the glaze. So, don't know. It may not be like that on all of them. Otherwise, I don't give a shit. It's fucking cool. So, say 100 to 175 bucks, man. Just fucking crazy. Now these other two, if you guys want to see what they're worth, man, check this site out and look them up. This one, they've kind of got it as iffy. A lot of the ones to where he hasn't signed or anything, unless it's something that obvious that he did it. They just say, yeah, it's unknown, as in there's no signature or date on it. So, yeah, it might be a Rumph piece, but still, it's old school, so it's valuable. Anyways, this one's just an unknown Pete Dragon design, and one of the links I'm going to give you guys has one of these to where they obviously got a hold of one of these bongs, or got a hold of one of his old molds and just did some repourings. And this is a cool piece. Very awkward pieces. This is not the one I was planning on smoking out of. And in fact, I've got the original bowl and stem that came with it. But the little rubber gasket was just totally dry rotted to where as soon as I pulled that stem out, it just disintegrated to nothing. Which that happens here in Arizona, man. It's our dry air. It just destroys anything that's got rubber in it. That's why you see so many fucking kids running around. Anyways, here he is. Very cool looking piece, but on the awkward thing, seeing the placement of the bowl there and where your face would be when you're smoking out of it. When you're lighting this thing, man, the flame's going to be right here. To where if you got a mustache, beard, or whatever, you're going to be burning that shit. So kind of awkward, but very cool looking. And either the same website or the other link that I'm going to give you guys has the other version of this, which seems to be more common. Not as detailed, but more common, to where the dragon's looking at you instead of to the side like this, and instead of his tail being curled up, it goes up into a handle, which is pretty cool. And under 30 bucks. And that one, I'd say, I think that one's the least valuable, but still a lot. It gets into the $100 category on the highest possible price. And I don't like eBay, but obviously this guy's going on ones that have sold. Is the next one I'm going to show, which just, damn, damn, it's going back into the shelf and surrounded by foam or some shit, because I'd hate to have it get broke. It's got some value. And instead of showing the chart, he just shows that, okay, one of them sold for so much on eBay a few years back. I think it was like 2009 or whatever. Sold for an insane high price. Anyways, this one, yeah, for some reason the little rubber gasket's a little better on this, but it's starting to harden up. Otherwise, got the original stem and bowl that came with it. I think it was one of those things to where when the guy got them from wherever he was picking them up from, they didn't have a stem and bowl, so he just put in whatever, try and match it up. So anyways, this one's called the Headache. And this is something that seems to be common with a lot of different forms of art. As you can see, not as detailed as the other two, but this one's more valuable. I'm going to bring up the page, man, because I'm trying to get this vid done so I can get it uploaded. Not have a huge file, but let's say it was over $300 that one of these puppies sold for in mint condition on eBay back in, I think it was 2009, man. Just damn. And it's still worth about that much for one that's in mint condition. Like, never used, period, man. Like, still in the box. I do think I had boxes that these came in that were all fancied up with some of his artwork. His older stuff, obviously, he was possibly had his own little shop, and then he did go through a couple of ceramics companies later on, to where that's probably when he started seeing stuff that wasn't signed or dated. I don't know how he did it, because of the type of thing it is. Copyright would be kind of hard, so Even that one I got, man. In fact, yeah, I think this one, mine isn't signed, and the one that they were showing was, I think it was 1986 was the original date for this one on when they started making them. The Dragon, they just said 1980 whatever. They didn't really know because it's kind of an unknown piece. But the one from 88, that could be one where it was like limited edition, where he made it at wherever he was located. That one seems to be kind of hard to find. In fact, God, the only place I've seen one, not really for sale, but there's another site I don't like using because you have to be a fucking member before they'll show you what it's sold for or what they want for it. But Worth Point, it's one of those sites for people that collect antiques, to where if you have a piece and you want to look it up, sometimes they'll have a picture of it, and if you're signed up with them, they'll say, okay, this is what it went for this time on eBay or Amazon or whatever, and they had that one. But no clue what it sold for, but I'd go for the low value prices on this, man. Like the stepping out $100. Hey, I'd be happy with that, man, if I ever decided to sell it, if I got desperate. But again, I'm not selling them because it looks like they're just going to keep going up in value. So anyways, once again, the site that I'm using is just therumph.com. I will put the link in the description. And I'll give you guys these other two sites. Let's see. I think this one had the most. Okay, yeah, this one had the Pete's Dragon, like what I showed you. And I think I did look this. Let me do one thing for you guys, because I think this is the one where I acted like I was going to buy it, and I was able to find out what the shipping is on it. And it wasn't cheap. But compared to buying an original, cheap enough. Yeah, this was it. Yeah, for me, for Arizona, just plain old ground, which a week, if you're lucky, talking $14.90. So it'd be the price of the thing, which is under $30, and then $14.90 more, at least for me. Depending on where you live, it might be cheaper, don't know. Otherwise, cool enough. At least they're not greedy on the price of the items. Oh, you damn thing. Their site is a little glitchy. Yeah. Try to use my back button and it doesn't want to work. It just keeps reloading the page, so it's better off clicking on home if you want to keep shopping. But let's see. I'm just going to do a quick count of the ones that look like Rumph pieces. So they're all. I think there was one here that they had a high price on, and I don't fucking know why, man. Either that or they got a hold of an original. That's the only thing I can think of, because it's way up there on the price for some reason. Like they fucked up. So anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, possibly 12 pieces that are copies of Rumph. And on this site, most of them are as smaller pieces. Even that this guy's tall, he'd probably be considered a small one. Even that they did do a miniature size one of Pete. I don't know how big it was, but cool enough. Got like a unicorn, a couple of wizards, some naked fairy leaning up against a tree, and not the type you're thinking of if you got a really fucked up mind. It's next to the pink pipe of a chick doing some weird yoga type shit, and you can smoke out of her butthole, so that's pretty fucking awesome. Depending on, as long as she's not on the Krispy Kreme calendar, but, nah, okay. Easy enough to spot. Some of these pipes is like, why? And if it helps, the dragon, this dude, is right above a couple of ceramic penis bongs, so easy enough to find that. Okay. Starting to get a fucking migraine onto the next site. So that was Boss Pipes, and not the best on shipping, but cheap enough on their prices. This other one, pretty much the same prices, a little bit cheaper, but they only have 4 pieces. And yeah, they got the 2 wizards that I believe are on the other site, and they have the Pete's Dragon where it's got the tail that curves up into a handle. But the reason to check out this site, and there is a guy on eBay that has, hopefully, an original, as he says, I've been collecting for 25 years, so this is one out of my collection. It's $26.99, just horn skull ceramic water pipe. It is fucking badass looking. It's like a demon skull with the mouth open, and then it's got the ram's horns that curve back and go up into the jaws, so you can use the horns as handles. And then the breather piece, or whatever you call it, is coming out kind of the back of the head, and that's kind of peeling open like a banana, and little demons peeking out of that. And then it looks like the bowl is right where the nose would be. But there's a dude on eBay that's supposedly got an original for, I believe, around $125 is what he wants. So if you don't mind a remake, $26.99 is just this damn site. I'd have to put in all my credit card information, which I don't want to do until they'll show me what the damn shipping is. I hate that on some of these fucking online sites, man. They won't just tell you the shipping right away. You got to damn near be checking out before they'll do that. So if you guys wanted to get one of these, hopefully the shipping's not as bad as the other, depending on where you live. Anyways, the site is Smokin' Jays, but not spelled Jays. It's SMOKINJS.com. Like I say, man, I'll put the links at the bottom of the description so you guys can check them out. If I find any other sites that have remakes of Jim Rumph's stuff, man, I will add them to this description, as I'm still hunting around myself, and it's not been easy. Most of the stuff I've been finding, say, man, the miniature version of this dude, you can find a lot of copies of it, but man, some of them are just really shitty. Like I was saying on the rose stem there, it's like they just painted it on after it got fired, like it's not real glaze. It just looks really, really fake, like a total knockoff. Then there's some to where obviously they got one of his molds. So it's kind of just hunt around like I did. I found the easiest way is just to do picture searches on Yahoo and Google and whatnot. And then click on the picture and find out where it's coming from. And a lot of times it'd be one of these online smoking shops. So, catch y'all later. And if I find any more, as I'm about getting better enough to where I'm going to start hitting the swap meet enough. It's finally warming up, and a while ago it was just getting into the 50s, and I didn't want to be out in it. I got really lucky this year and did not catch the flu, which is a good thing, because the last time I got the flu, that's what added to messing me up really bad with my new disabilities, is in this chronic pain. I just got sick way too long and had my back go out, which is no. Just go to the chiropractor and throw up on them if you have to, man. But don't stay home if your back or whatever goes out. It's not worth it. So I will be getting out soon enough, and I'm sure my swap meet, there's enough hippie types there, shit like this, to turn up if I'm really hunting around. Later, everybody.